And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the stream here. As I try to get everything up and running, because apparently it did not take what I wanted to. There we are. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you out there. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream here that's about to go down for this episode of Card Sharks here on this September 8th, 2024. Glad you could be here to watch the program go down live. And again, as you can hear, my voice has fully recovered, about as good as it's going to be. So again, thank you for all the kind messages that were sent to me. Doing well this evening, and we are going to try to give away some more money with our players here on this one. So we're looking to have a good time. And I want to give a big shout out to 1833 Blue for tonight's opening poem here on the program. Remember, if you want to hear your opening poem, so you can submit those by leaving them either in the live chat here, or you can leave them in the comment section down below the video if you're watching this on demand, and I'll pick out my favorite ones and I'll give you a shout out to it when we do the program every week. So thank you again for those who have submitted poems, because I actually have a list of them now, because I actually went through and updated all of them now, so we're getting there. But I still will take more. So again, if you want to send them in, just like I said, leave them in the live chat or leave them in the comment section below. Now, with a fresh sip of water in my throat there, because I could feel the frog getting ready to come out, let's play some Card Shark, shall we? Here we go. Aces and deuces make winning a breeze, but sevens and eights will make you freeze on Card Sharks. This is the game where someone can win win $32,000 on a single turn of the card. And now, your host, Brandon Scruggs. Thank y'all so much. Glad you could be here as we get right into our game. All right. Welcome in to episode number 6 here of this season on Card Sharks. Glad you could join us here. And again, thanks to 1833 Blue for tonight's opening poem. And now let's meet our players for our first of our 2 games here on this episode of Card Sharks, starting with our returning champion back with us here, who's had an impressive run so far to start with a 2-game total now, $10,300 in cash. Please welcome back Matthew Vasconcelos.
What's up, people? What is up?
Glad to have you back, sir. Joined us on our last episode, played for the first time this season, won really big in our money cards round. Do you think you can do it again here today?
I sure hope so. I definitely deserve a big break to come my way in this game.
Well, we shall see if you can get there. But you've got some tough opponents lined up for you. But before we meet them, let's hear more about you and some of the things that are interesting in your life.
Well, I am a 2022 graduate of the University of Hawaii at Manoa with a degree in journalism. I'm still looking for my big break on finding a career in Hawaii sports media, although I'm thinking freelance writing could be my only option at this point. And also starting up my own business as well, which is likely my only option, which is also part of the only option that I have.
What kind of business is it?
Other than that, I also enjoy going to my local college basketball and softball games, and also writing fics for one of the shows that put me through high school. That's Totally Spies.
Ah, fantastic. Well, welcome back, and hopefully I said some of the winnings here can maybe help toward achieve those aspirations and dreams of yours. So good luck to you, and good luck to your first opponent you'll be taking on here on this episode. Coming to us by way of the state of Florida, please welcome Mr. A.J. Richards.
Hello, Brandon.
Glad to have you aboard with us, A.J. Played Card Sharks with us last season and back with us to try his luck again here. Remind the good folks at home a little about you.
I'm a I'm a 30-year-old independent contractor from Florida who likes game shows, video games, and sports.
Uh huh. And when you're not enjoying those video games or sports, what do you like to do for just for like a hobby?
Uh, that's basic. I'm just a video game player, like to play video games and probably go on long walks.
Okay. I would say, but the weather in Florida makes it pretty nice to do that more often than not throughout the year. So makes sense there. Well, hey, welcome to the program. Good luck to you, and let's get right to it. Let's play our game of Card Sharks. As you know, the name of the game is to work your way across your uh, row of cards here, calling if the next card is higher or lower than the previous one. If you can make your way all the way across the board, you'll win a round. You'll pick up $500 in cash. And we play best 2 out of 3 here, and the winner will go on to our money cards round, where you have a chance at possibly $32,000. So a lot to play for here. So good luck to you both. Matthew, our champion, will be playing the red cards. AJ, our challenger, will be playing the blue cards, and of course, all control of the cards is determined by a toss-up high-low question. And as we start in round one, the question goes to our champion, Matthew. Matthew, we asked 100 fans of the Real Housewives series. We asked them, have you ever thrown a glass of wine in someone's face? How many Real Housewives fans have actually thrown a glass of wine in someone's face?
Oh boy. I am not a fan of that. And if somebody threw a wine in my face, I would not be very pleased myself.
Mm-hmm.
But let me just say that I think if they have done that, then I think they've watched it a little too much. So I think they're going to be pretty contained. At least I hope so, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm going to go with 43.
43 out of a
43.
all right. 43 out of those 100 Housewives fans said they've in fact thrown a glass of wine in someone's face. Higher or lower than 43, AJ?
Well, believe it or not, I watched some episodes of The Real Housewives. And I believe it could be more common than not if depends on your nationality, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, throwing a glass of wine in someone's face, I think it might be a little bit higher than that.
You're gonna say higher than that. All right. Well, if the answer, of course, is higher, you'll play your cards first. If not, Matthew will play his cards. The actual number of Housewives, Real Housewives fans who, in fact, have thrown a glass in someone's face is 33. It's not higher.
Whoa.
Thankfully, people are not crazy that super crazy as of yet. Thank goodness on that. All right. Matthew, you won that question. That means you get control of your cards first. Let's take a look at your opening base card. It's an 8. The dreaded snowman.
I do not want that 8. Let's get rid of it.
Well, you won the question, so you have the right to change that base card. So instead of the 8, you'll now play a queen.
That's better. Lower.
Going on lower than a queen. It's a jack.
Oh, let's try it lower.
Going on lower than the jack. Oh no, it's a queen. You lose those 3 cards there, and AJ, a free chance to play your cards. You start with a 9.
Let's go lower.
Going lower than a 9. Oh no, a jack for you. So you'll turn. No one makes any progress there. And we'll move on now to question number 2 of this first round here. AJ, the question goes to you. And this question happens to be a classic Card Sharks question. This particular one was asked on an episode of Card Sharks back in '86, but we sent our man of the street, Seamus, out to the folks here, and we asked 100 bachelors, have you ever dated somebody with a tattoo? How many of those 100 bachelors today have in fact dated somebody with a tattoo?
I think people around today, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more common that people have tattoos these days. So I think it's say around 64.
64 out of 100 people said they've dated someone with a tattoo there. Matthew, higher or lower than 64?
I think that AJ's about right. Although I don't think that really should matter in a theoretical sense. So I would go with maybe a bit lower.
A bit lower than that. Well, just for fun, looking back on the episode from 1986, back then there were 18 people had dated someone with a tattoo. Now, mind you, this was almost 40 years ago now at this point, so let's see how times have changed here. The actual number of bachelors who've in fact dated somebody who has had a tattoo is 55. It is just slightly lower.
Yes.
Yeah, you were in the ballpark there, AJ. Just not quite low enough on that one. So that means, Matthew, you've got control of the card, sir. You've got that queen.
Still like the queen. I'm going to go lower.
Try it again. Lower than the queen. It's a 3.
That's great. Higher.
One on higher than a 3. It's another queen.
Lower.
Lower than the queen. It's a 6.
Freeze.
Gonna freeze. All right, not gonna go for the $1,000 bonus there for sweeping the board. Needing only one card to complete this round, and we move on to question 3. We're back to you, Matthew, on this one. Matthew, we asked 100 vegetarians, do your pets eat meat? How many of those 100 vegetarians said that their pets do, in fact, eat meat?
I would think that has to be kind of around the middle. Now, personally, I don't have a pet, but I know I eat a ton of meat myself, from ground beef to steak and
Steak.
occasional chicken.
Uh-huh.
And but still, for pets to eat meat, I think that's going to be pretty high, if not around the middle. So I'm gonna say 61.
61 out of those 100 vegetarians' pets, in fact, do eat meat. AJ, higher or lower than 61?
I just think that there are some people who are vegetarian who want their pets to be like them, because they're crazy enough like that. I have to go lower than that.
I'm going to say lower than that. All right, let's see. The actual number of vegetarians whose pets, in fact, do eat meat is 92. It is not lower. It is very much higher.
Wow.
That is very much impressive there. All right, Matt, you've got control. You've got that 6.
Oh, I have to change that 6.
Makes sense now, changing that 6 out, and instead we now find a 5.
Okay, that's a little better. I'm gonna go higher.
For the first game of the match and $500, if this card is higher than a 5, it's a king. He's done it. Nicely done, sir. $500 for you in the first game of the match. Brings you up to $10,800. All right, that is first one for you. But AJ, of course, we play best 2 out of 3, so you can still catch up here. Let's clear the board and deal out those cards for round number 2. And in this round, the challenger gets the first question. So AJ, this one comes to you.
Okay.
AJ, a recent survey for Jiffy Lube asked what percentage of Americans have ignored their check engine light for a month or more before taking their car into the shop. What percentage of Americans, according to a survey done by Jiffy Lube, have in fact ignored their check engine light for a month or more before taking it into the car shop?
Well, I can see many people doing that, but it's also really not safe if you just ignore it, because something bad could happen to that car. So I would say it's about 45.
I say 45 out of 100 people say that in fact they've ignored their check engine light for a month or more. Matthew, where do you fall on this?
I'm in between on this, so I'm just gonna go higher.
You're going to say higher than that. All right, well, let's see. The actual percentage of Americans who've in fact ignored their check engine light for over a month or more before they took it into the repair shop is 29. It is not lower. Sorry, it's not higher. It's lower in this case, I should say. All right, AJ, you've got control of the cards first this time. Let's take a look at your opening base card. It's an ace.
Perfect. Let's go lower.
Going on, lower than the ace. It's a queen.
Gotta go lower.
Going again, lower than the queen. It's a 10.
I'm gonna freeze.
Gonna freeze right there with 3 cards, and I'll need 2 more to win this second game here. Question 2 now. This one goes to you, Matthew. Matthew, we asked 100 bridesmaids, did you have to pay for your dress for your friend's wedding? How many of those 100 bridesmaids, in fact, did have to pay for their dress for their friend's wedding?
That is pretty nuts to pay for the own dress, but I don't think it is unheard of. So I do think it's going to be pretty low, but not a lot. But not that low. I'm going to say 30.
30 out of 100 bridesmaids, in fact, had to pay money for their dress for their friend's wedding. AJ, higher or lower than 30?
It is actually more common than you think. I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it on news reports. So I have to go higher than that.
I'll say higher than that. All right, let's see. The actual number of bridesmaids, in fact, who have had to pay money for their own dress for their friend's wedding is 77. It is much higher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nearly 3 out of every 4. And I think part of that's probably leading to the fact that, things just cost more nowadays. And it's like I said, it's harder for couples who are planning for a wedding to try to account for everyone there for their own clothes and stuff. So that's what the case may be. Anyway, AJ, you've got control of the card, sir. You've got a 10. What would you like to do?
I want to change that card, sir.
You won the question. You have the right to do so. That 10 goes away, and out to play, we find a king.
Let's go lower.
Lower than a king. It's a 6.
I'm going to freeze right there.
Going to freeze right there. Okay. Only needing 1 more card to tie up the match here. And this next question goes to you, AJ. Question 3 of this round. AJ, according to a recent survey done by Planet Fitness, what % of people said men with dad bods are actually quite sexy? Again, according to a recent survey done by Planet Fitness, what % of people said that men with dad bods, in fact, are sexy?
Now, when you mean dad bod, do you mean like fat people?
Not necessarily. I guess the traditional dad bod means they have a little bit of muscle, but they do have a little bit of a gut too. So they're not like perfectly in shape, but they are definitely someone who could handle their who's not like a complete slob in this case.
Okay, yes. I would have to say it's pretty low, like 35.
All right, 35 out of 100 of them say that people with dad bods are sexy, according to most Americans. Matthew, higher or lower than 35%?
I think AJ's more or less right. But I think that some women, although they can be pretty picky about a guy, but I'm going to have to say a little bit higher.
I'm going to say a little bit higher than that. Let's see. The actual percentage of people who said men with dad bods, in fact, are sexy is 61%. It is actually much higher. Yeah, people are more accepting of the fact that you don't have to be like completely looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger during his bodybuilding days to still be attractive to someone. So I guess that's the case. All right, Matthew, you've got control of the cards for the first time this round. Let's take a look at your base card. It's a 6.
Change it.
Changing that card. Instead of the 6, we now find another 6.
Damn. Oh gosh. Well, it worked last time. I'll go higher.
Going on higher than the 6. Oh no, it's a 4. You lose that card there. AJ, chance to tie up the match. Call the 6.
Let's go higher this time.
To tie up the match, higher than a 6. It's a 10. He's done it. Congratulations there, AJ. You're on the board. You've got one game here, $500 for you. And we are all tied up here in our matchup, which means we're going to go to our sudden death tiebreaker round here. One question, determine who gets control of the cards here. You got to call 3 cards in a row in order to win the game and the match. And, of course, in our sudden death round, Matthew, the question goes to the champion. So this is coming to you. Matthew, we asked 100 people, do you enjoy the smell of gasoline? How many of those 100 people said they, in fact, do enjoy the smell of gasoline?
I'm actually one of those people, believe it or not.
Yeah, because I said you're into motorbiking racing, right?
Yep, motorcycle racing. You definitely don't get over that smell of the gas. I think a lot of people would like it. Now, obviously, it is kind of hard to forget something like that. I think 74
out of 100 people, in fact, enjoy the smell of gasoline. AJ, higher or lower than 74?
I don't think that many people would like gasoline, smelling gasoline in the air, so I'd have to say lower.
I'm going to say lower than that. All right, for all important control of the cards here in our sudden death round, the actual number of people who, in fact, enjoy the smell of gasoline is 42. It is lower.
Oh,
not as many people enjoy the smell. I don't mind it, because especially when you're on the racetrack or something like that. But I guess in general people don't like it there. So all right, AJ, you've got control here, so the option will be yours. The way it works, and I'm going to show you each of your base cards. Remember, if you decide to play, you can change yours. Matthew cannot. And whoever has control has to call both their cards across the board in order to win the round. And make one mistake, your opponent will win, all right? So let's start by showing you Matthew's base card first. It's a 9. Your base card is a 2. The option's yours. Would you like to play or pass?
Now, if Matthew gets this wrong, do I have to call my cards?
No. If he gets it wrong, you win.
Okay, I'll pass to Matthew.
Okay, Matthew, you've got the control, sir. You got to call both your cards, get them right. You remain as champion. Make one mistake, AJ becomes the champion. All right. Good luck. Call that 9.
okay. Please be lower.
Come on, lower than a 9. Oh no, it's a jack, and AJ's our new champion.
Good game.
Well done. Congratulations to you, AJ. You've got $1,000. You're going to play the money cards in just a minute. But for now, we've got to say goodbye to a very good champion here, Matthew. Thank you so much for playing. You leave us here on Card Sharks with a nice total of $10,800, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
And
That was fun.
Yeah, we look forward to having you back here another time here on the program. But for now, AJ, you've got yourself $1,000. Are you ready to see if you can add some more to it?
Let's do it.
Let's see how well he does. Let's take him over to the money cards. All right, AJ, it is money cards time for you here. Here's what you got to do. We're going to start you off with $200 of brand new betting money. You're going to work your way across those bottom cards there, make a minimum of bets of $50 till you get to that second row where we'll give you an additional $400 and 3 more cards. And then once you bet your way across those, you'll work your way up to the big bet card where there you must bet at least half of your winnings. If you can do a perfect double all the way to the top of the board, you're going to win yourself $32,000 in cash. Now, of course, if you get stuck on any of the levels there, you can change one card on each level with one of the 3 extra cards we're going to deal out on the side of the board for you, okay? Ready to go?
I'm ready.
Best of luck to you. Let's deal those cards. Give them $200, please. All right, and let's take a look at your opening base card for the money cards round. You have a 10.
I'm going to change with number 1, please.
All right, changing it with number 1 instead of a 10. You'll now start with a 5. You've got $200 and a 5.
100 higher.
All right, $100 higher than a 5. It's a 7. That's a $300 now.
$50 lower.
All right, minimum bet $50 lower than the 7. It's a 2.
All of it higher.
Yep, making a big bet here, doubling up about $350, higher than a 2. It's a jack. Very nice. Well done. $700 there. We're going to move you up to the next row there. We'll give you another $400. You got $1,100 now and a jack.
500 lower.
Okay, big bet here on the jack. $500 lower than the jack. It's a 6. You have $1,600 and a 6 now.
I'm going to change it with number 3, please.
All right, changing with card number 3 instead of the 6. We now find a queen. You have $1,600.
$1,400 lower.
Ooh, big bet here. $1,400 if this card is lower than a queen. It is! $3,000 and a 10.
1,000 higher.
Ooh, $1,000 going against the odds here. $1,000 higher than a 10. Oh no, it's an 8. Cost you $1,000. You're down to $2,000. We move that 8 up to the big bet row. Would you like to keep it?
Can I change it with number 2, please?
Yeah, that's the last one you've got. So your big bet card now, instead of an 8, is an ace.
Oh,
All of it lower.
All right, for nothing, for $2,000, because you can't lose on the ace. For $4,000, show me anything but an ace. Lower. He's got it. Nicely done, sir. $4,000 for you in the money cards, added to the $1,000 you won the upfront game. One game total now of $5,000. Well done. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, AJ's going to have some more, has another contestant, and we have some more card sharks for you on the way right after this. Stay with us. welcome back to Card Sharks here. AJ, our champion now so far with $5,000, getting ready to play his next opponent. So let's meet him now. Coming to us by the way of the great state of Michigan, please welcome in Mr. Aaron Glenn. Aaron, welcome.
Hello.
Glad to have you aboard with us, sir. Tell us a little bit about you.
Right, well, I'm from Detroit. I'm 40, work at Amazon. And, I'm not working. I like to play video games, especially fighting games, game show games. And also, I'm a content creator, trying to get that 1K subs to my channel. I'm almost there, though. So hopefully I'll get it by the end of the year.
I hear you there. Congratulations! Almost 1,000 subscribers here on the channel. We just celebrated our 8th anniversary here for us here. And we're literally knocking on the door of 1,700 ourselves here. So again, to all the people out there in YouTube land who are watching, we do appreciate you. Thank you so much for the subs. 1,700 again, way more than I thought I was going to get on this channel, honestly. Because again, I'm just doing this just for fun and to put new game show content out there that shows that we all want to see. So good luck on that, and good luck on your continued success with your channel. You ready to play our game?
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Let's get to it. Let's play some Card Sharks. All right, AJ, you're the champion now, so you're going to be playing the red cards. Aaron, you're going to be playing the blue cards. And we get started with round number 1, of course, with a question to our new champion, AJ. AJ, we asked 100 mall Santas, has a kid ever tried to bribe you for better presents? How many of those 100 mall Santas said, yes, a child, in fact, has in fact bribed them in order to get better presents at Christmas?
I have to say it's a relatively low number. I don't see that happening. I don't even know what even 6 or 7-year-old kid knows what the term bribing means. So I'll say 35.
35 out of 100 of them said they in fact kids have bribed Santa for better presents. Aaron, higher or lower than 35?
I agree. I think that number might be a little lower. I'm a little lower.
No lower than that. All right. Let's see. The actual number of mall Santas who in fact said a kid has tried to bribe them for better presents is 81. It is much higher.
Ooh.
Hey, the kids know what they want, and when they want the good presents, they'll do whatever it takes in order to get them there. So, all right. AJ, you got control of the cards here first. Let's take a look at your opening base card. A 5.
I'm going to change that card.
All right, changing the 5. Instead of the 5, you'll now play a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. It's a 10.
I'm going to freeze.
I'll freeze right there. Okay. Taking the 2-card advantage over Aaron. As we move on to question 2, this one is for Aaron. Aaron, we asked 100 senior citizens, have you told someone when they were a kid they had to walk 5 miles to get to school? You know the old story, like, back in my day, we had to walk 15 miles uphill both ways in the snow. That whole story. We asked 100 senior citizens, has someone actually told them, have you told someone that you've actually had to walk 5 or more miles to get to school? How many of them, those 100 senior citizens, said yes?
Reminds me of that grandfather from Rugrats who always be saying that.
Exactly. That's the exact sort of scenario we posed for them. But how many of them, in fact, did say they had to walk 5 miles or more to school when they were younger?
I'm pretty sure a lot of them did. I'm gonna say 55.
55 out of 100 of them said they've in fact walked 5 or more miles to school. AJ, higher or lower than 55?
I have to go a bit higher than that.
You're gonna say a bit higher than that. All right. Let's see how many of these we have here. The actual number of senior citizens who in fact have told someone when they were a kid they had to walk 5 or more miles to get to school is 37. It's not higher, it's lower.
Ooh.
I guess many of them didn't need to do as many as to walk as far. Maybe they had access to buses. Who knows at the time? All right. So, Aaron, you've got control of the cards, sir. Let's take a look at your opening base card. You've got a 4.
All right. Higher.
Let's say higher than a 4. It's a 6.
Ooh. Freeze.
Gonna freeze right there. All right. Both of you are 3 cards away from winning game 1 here. And we move on to question number 3 now. This one goes back to you, AJ.
Okay.
AJ, we asked 100 single men. Have you ever used a coupon or a Groupon on your first date? How many of those 100 single men said, in fact, they have used a coupon or a Groupon to go on a first date with someone?
I
Man, I don't know what's
Whoever
going on, man. I really don't know what's going on. Why I missed it.
What you think, AJ?
I just don't know. I'm thinking like who would be that cheap to use a coupon for their first date? I have to say it's an extremely low number, like 30.
You're gonna say 30. All right. All right, Aaron, higher or lower than 30?
I mean, I feel like some of them might do it just to save a little money though. Let's go higher.
I'm gonna say higher than that. Well, let's see. The actual number of single men who've in fact used a coupon or a Groupon to go on a first date is 31. It is just barely higher.
Ooh.
Man, AJ, had you been any closer, I would have had to give you $1,000 bonus for that, sir. But very good guess, and Aaron, well done to go the right way on that one because you could have went either way there. But you've got control of the cards. You've got a 6. What would you like to do?
Yeah, get rid of that 6.
All right, changing that 6 out. In its place, we shall find a 3.
All right, let's go higher.
Higher than a 3. It's an ace.
Oh, let's go lower.
Going on lower than the ace. It's a 7.
Freeze.
Gonna freeze right there. All right, just needing one more card to win game number 1 of this matchup here. And this is our 4th and final question of this round. Someone must win on this play of the cards, and the question goes to you, Aaron. Aaron, we asked 100 people from New York City. Is dealing with sidewalk texters more frustrating than tourists taking pictures on busy sidewalks? How many of those 100 New Yorkers said, in fact, that sidewalk texters are, in fact, more frustrating to deal with than tourists taking pictures?
The question.
Well,
I'll say 48.
I was about to say, you're from a big city and Detroit there, so I'll say you might have some experience with this walking downtown, maybe.
A couple of times, yeah.
All right. Well, he says 48. AJ, higher or lower than 48?
Man, if I was in New York City, I was doing that. Someone's ass is going to get whooped. I have to go higher.
You're going to say higher, even higher than that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. For all important control of the cards, the actual number of New Yorkers who said that sidewalk texters are more frustrating to deal with than tourists taking pictures is 65. It is higher.
Ooh.
All right, AJ, you've got the option, sir. You've got a 10. You need 3 cards to win the first game. Aaron has a 7. He only needs 1 card. So the option's yours. Would you like to play it or pass?
I'm going to pass to Aaron.
All right, Aaron, you've got it. You've got control. You've got to call that 7 right. You win game 1. If not, goes to AJ.
Let's go higher.
For the first game, higher than a 7. It's a 9. He's done it. Well done, sir. Game 1 is yours. You've got yourself $500. And again, that first game is in the bucket for you. So, AJ, you're going to try to play a little catch up here. So we clear out the cards and deal for game number 2. And this time we start with you, Aaron. Aaron, as recently reported by Yahoo, what percentage of millennials never watched an entire black and white movie? Like, this is before movies were made in Technicolor. What percentage of millennials, in fact, have never watched an entire black and white movie?
Shoot, I may have watched one myself, but I'll say about 32, 32%.
32% of them say that, in fact, they've never watched an entire black and white movie. AJ, higher or lower than 32?
Can you explain to me what a millennial is?
A millennial is someone who was born, I believe the current status for millennials runs from 1984 up until the year 2000, I believe. It's the generation of people. So basically, people my age, because I was born in I'm I'm a first generation millennial.
Okay. If that's the case, I think it's a tiny bit higher than that.
I'm gonna say just a bit higher than that. All right, let's see. The actual percentage of millennials who've in fact never watched an entire black and white movie before is 30%. It's not higher, just a little lower. Wow, you guys are really on point with your guesses today. I'm feeling somebody's gonna pick up that $1,000 for a perfect guess here. So well done. And Aaron, you've got control of the cards first. Let's take a look at your base card for this game 2. It's a dirty snowman, the 8.
Yeah, get rid of them.
All right, the 8 goes away, and instead we shall now find a 3.
All right, higher.
Higher than a 3. It's a 10.
Lower.
Going on, lower than a 10. It's a 7.
That's freeze.
Gonna freeze there, all right? Needing 2 more cards to win the game and the match. And we go on to question 2. This one is for you, AJ. AJ, we asked 100 married folks, and we asked them, is approximately 19 minutes the amount of time that sexy time lasts in the bedroom? How many of those 100 married people said, in fact, that 19 minutes is approximately about how much time that sexy time lasts in the bedroom?
I'm thinking it's going to be lower because I think people are going to say all night long is the most appropriate answer for this.
I don't. I've never met a person who can actually go all night long, or they say they can, but I'm like, no. Realistically, that's not how this works.
Right.
And we all know better.
Man, I have to say 50.
Let's say 50, right up the middle there. All right, 50 is what he says. Aaron, higher or lower than 50?
This is tricky. Let's go lower.
I'm going to say lower than that. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. The actual number of married people who says that 19 minutes is approximately how long sexy time lasts in the bedroom is 65. It is not lower. It's in fact higher.
Ooh.
They say 19 minutes is because that's the national average. So if you're longer than that, then hey, that more power to you. Although personally, I get tired just thinking about it to a certain degree. Anyway, AJ, you've got control of the cards this time. Let's take a look at your base card as he tries to tie up the match with a 5.
I'm going to change that card.
All right, changing the 5 out. Instead, you'll now play a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. It's a 10.
Lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 5.
Freeze.
Got a freeze right there. Okay. Both players needing 2 cards left here as we go to question number 3 for this round. This one's back to you, Aaron. Aaron, to a recent poll done by our friends at rover.com, the pet friend website, they asked what percentage of dog owners plan to buy their dog a Christmas present this year. Again, according to our friends at rover.com, what percentage of dog owners plan to buy their dog a Christmas present this year?
Oh, I don't have a dog. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that. Spoil your dogs on Christmas. So I'll say 52%.
52% of them say that they plan on buying their pet a Christmas present this year. AJ, higher or lower than 52?
I think it's higher than that. I think a dog is part of the family, so
All right, and I'm right there with you. If I was allowed to have pets here, I'd probably be buying my dog something for Christmas. If not, my wife would buy them all the chew toys, and they would be attacking the giant pile of stuffed animals that are sitting in our chair over here. But again, nonetheless, let's see the actual percentage of dog owners who plan to buy their pets a Christmas present this year is 87%. It is much higher.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's the mentality nowadays. A dog is a crucial part of the family, and every family member gets something for Christmas. That's just the way it works out there. All right, AJ, you've got control of the cards, and you've got that 5. What do we want to do?
change it, please.
Changing that 5, and then instead of that 5, we find an 8 up the middle.
Lower.
There we go. Lower than the 8. It's a 3.
Higher.
To tie up the match, higher than the 3. It's a 7. He's done it. Nicely done, sir. Another $500 for you brings you now up to $5,500. And we are all tied up once again, so we're going to our second sudden death of the episode. I love when this happens here. 3 cards, only one question to determine who's going to go on to play the money cards. And this course, the question goes to our champion, AJ. AJ, we asked 100 farmers, have you ever made a crop circle and claimed that aliens, in fact, did it? How many of those 100 farmers said they have, in fact, made their own crop circles and claimed that aliens have done it?
I'll have to say 40.
You're going to say 40 of them have. All right, Aaron, higher or lower than 40?
That would be possible to make, though, but I think it might be a little lower.
I'm going to say a little lower than that. All right, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of farmers who have made their own crop circles and claimed that aliens have done it is only 8 of them have.
No.
So very much lower. All right. Aaron, you have the option, sir. Again, I'm going to show you each of your base cards, and then you'll have the decision to make if you decide to want to play it or pass it to AJ. Remember, if you play it, you are allowed to change your card, but AJ cannot. So we'll show you his first. AJ's base card is a 5. Your base card is an 8. What do you want to do? You want to play it or pass?
If I play, can I change my 8?
Yes, you won the question. You can change it.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take it in my own hands and change that 8.
All right, he's going to play it himself. All right, we're going to change that 8. All important card for you here. Your new base card is a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. It's a queen.
Lower.
For the game of the match and to become the new champion, lower than a queen. It's a 10. He's done it. Well done. Congratulations, sir. That is $1,000 for you. You're going on to the money cards here in just a minute. AJ, again, another valiant effort, sir. But did you have fun on today's episode with us?
I had a great time. Thanks for having me.
Well, you're not leaving here empty-handed. You picked up $500 from this game, plus the $5,000 you won up in the first half of this episode. You leave us today $5,500, sir. Nicely done. And we'll hopefully have you back here later this season. But for now, Aaron, it's time to go tackle those money cards. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go win some money. All right. Aaron, you've seen how this works before, so we're just going to jump straight into it. Just a reminder that a perfect double all the way to the top of the board is going to get you $32,000, and I want you to win that money, all right? So
All right.
Best of luck to you. Here we go. Steal out those cards, and here's your fresh $200. Again, a reminder, minimum bets are $50 a piece. And if we look at your base card of a 7.
Change it with number 3.
Changing with number 3. Instead of that 7, you'll now play a 10.
Okay. 50 lower.
$50 lower than the 10. Oh no, it's a queen. You lose that 50 there, but you have 150 and a better card.
All 150 lower.
Bet in the house. All of it lower than the queen. It's a 5. Back up to 300 now.
And 200 higher.
All right, $200. If this card is higher than a 5, it's a 10. Get your $500 there. We'll move that up to the next level. Another $400 there. You have $900 now and another 10.
Change with number 2.
Changing with number 2. All right, instead of the 10, you'll now play another 10.
Ugh.
Tough break there. You got $900 and a 10.
100 lower.
$100 lower than the 10. It's a 3. It didn't add it in there. Let me fix that for you. That's $1,100 now and a 3.
Let's go a little bit higher.
Betting it all. $1,100. Higher than the 3. It's a king. Very nice. $2,200 and a great card.
All of it lower.
Betting it all again. Risky here. All of it lower than the king. It's a 4. Nice. $4,400 as we move the 4 up. Do you want to keep it?
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Want to keep it. All right. You have $4,400. You must bet at least $2,200 on this one.
You know what? Let's do it again. All of it higher.
For nothing at all, or $8,800. If this 4 is higher, if this next card is higher than a 4, he's got it! Nicely done, sir. $8,800 here on the money cards. Add that to the $1,000 you won in the upfront game. Your total now $9,800. Well done for you. Congratulations. And you're a new champion, so that means you're going to come back with us next time here for when we play Card Sharks once again. So we'll look forward to that. You going to join us back next time?
I'll be here.
Well, we look forward to seeing you then, and we look forward to seeing all of you out there in YouTube land coming back here to watch another episode of Card Sharks Season 3 live here on the channel. Again, big shout out to all of our regulars here, Dakota Beechler, Robert Bishop, John Justice, Tony Cameron. I see you out there. Appreciate all of you guys and the support you guys have shown us here. And again, another big shout out to all the subscribers here who will watch this episode, because again, we're at almost 1,700 subscribers now. And again, couldn't have done it without your support. So thank you so much for that. And most importantly, thank you for watching. And if you've missed any of the action from this season, check it out here on the Card Sharks playlist. Or if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? In fact, I did check my numbers recently. It shows me that, in fact, 60% of the people who watch my videos here aren't subscribed to the channel. Like, if you like it so much, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell. That way you never miss out on any of the good content that happens here, because we got a bunch of shows coming up. We got Monopoly coming back. We've got Tic-Tac-Toe coming back soon. We've got, of course, Card Sharks here. We've got Gold Mine going on right now. We've got Catch 21, which we're going to finish up here very soon. And we got more series and stuff on the way. So that way you don't miss out on any of this action. Click that subscribe button again and ring that bell. That way you never miss out on all the fun and games here at MVG Productions. But in the meantime, between time, we're going to go shuffle these cards up once again, and we're going to say goodbye for now. We'll see you next time right here on another new episode of Card Sharks. I'm your host, Brandon Scruggs. Thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you next time.